We have an update on the ship aground in the Northwest Passage in northern Canada. And this time we have a picture from the scene. Sadly, there's not much new information here. This is the story from G Captain, which was published on the 9th of September 2025. The Dutch flagged 21,359 DWT General Cargo Vessel, Wagenborg, remains aground along the Northwest Passage in the Canadian Arctic 4 days after hitting a shoal. The vessel ran aground off the Prince of Wales Island in Nunavut, Canada on September the 6th, while passing through the Franklin Strait en route from China to Quebec, Canada. The Dutch operator has retained salvage experts to attend to the 12-year-old vessel. The vessel has an A1 class rating, enabling it to pass through ice-covered waters, including the Baltic Sea and the Arctic. The first thorough assessment conducted by the crew has shown damage to the hull and ballast tanks of the ship, which is stable but aground. Critically, the vessel's fuel tanks and cargo holds are not damaged. Despite widespread perception that the Arctic, and in particular the Northwest Passage, is becoming increasingly open, it remains extremely challenging to navigate. The Canadian Coast Guard responded with 2 vessels to the incident. The Sir Wilfrid Laurier was first on the scene with his fast response craft and a helicopter. The Jean Goodwill conducted a hull inspection using a remotely operated vehicle on September the 8th, with the results currently being analyzed. The vessel has flooded in multiple ballast tanks. The vessel's owners are responsible for the cost of addressing their problem vessel. This includes any hazards related to the costs of cleanup or repair and any remediation action taken. The cause of the incident remains under investigation. AIS records show that the usual shipping lane runs further to the west through the Franklin Strait. It is unclear why they elected a more easterly routing. Shipping experts point out that the nautical charts in Canada's Arctic waters are often decades old and of limited resolution. Soundings in the water where the vessel ran aground were conducted between 1980 and 1989 at 200-meter spacings through the ice. While charts show that the shoal is in the right place, its maximum extent was likely never properly established. The region is poorly charted, and there are many shallow areas that have plagued shipping on numerous occasions. But there are well-documented corridors that can be safely utilized. However, climate change has made the Arctic ice pack increasingly mobile and harder to predict. What people don't always understand is that the rapidly changing sea ice dynamics often force ships off these main corridors and into areas that are poorly charted. Simply put, this is a difficult place to navigate. Like I said at the start, there's not much new information here. We know they were too far east now, that wasn't reported before. But that's no surprise, because that's where they ran aground. How they ended up this far east, hopefully we'll find that out at some point, but that'll be after the TSB does their report probably, and that could be years away. The main thing here is they got to get this vessel out of here before this place becomes inaccessible for the rest of the season. And it's a very long off season. This passage is normally only open for about 10 weeks a year. At least that's according to ChatGPT. 10 weeks is a pretty short season. That means it's a very long off season. They got to get her out here pretty quick. Alright guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one.